Okay, after doing the front brakes, a couple days later, but I rotated the tires, and I'll tell you what, I'm gonna give an assessment of what you should and should not buy when you're doing brakes on any vehicle. These brakes are what we're on. Never sees. Are what we're on the front of this machine, on this truck, and you can see, don't ever buy these. The rust comes through, wipes the pads, you have nothing. And the pads weren't even bad. They were brand new pads, they did nothing. Mr. Tim here, watch yourself. These are the back brakes, and look at those. Absolutely worthless. It wiped the pads down to the point where there's nothing there, they're gone, and that's from that rust. So I got brand new brake rotors and pads to put on there. Right, Tim? Yeah, you got to take the... how the hell did we do that? Yeah, you got to take the caliper off, and then you got to take the saddle off. That's how you do it. So, anyway, you get that one, I'm going to take the other side off. We'll work together and get this done. It's no big deal. We do it together. I actually kept the old calipers. They're right there for the front, which will work on the back, I believe. I think they're the same. Ford's been pretty good about using the same parts, but nope, they're different. They are different. They're not the same calipers, are they? Some beach. Anyway, so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll tear those off of there, both front and back, me and Tim, or both sides, me and Tim will get them, and we'll go ahead and these will go back. They're worth $100 as a core, and we'll go ahead and change them out. And it is bloody cold, 21 degrees today. I didn't wear enough clothes. So yeah, here we go. Okay, so this is probably one of the worst types of rotors that you can ever put on a heavy-duty truck in my, from what I'm seeing right here. As you can see, what has happened is the rust has built up in these holes, has come into the brake pad. What it did was it cut grooves in the brake pad, and these are actually doing nothing except where the holes are. So when you put your foot on the brake, it'll grab at the hole, and it will, and you can see where it's actually, this is the only part that is making contact with the surface of the rotor. So it's junk, absolute junk. And these pads are not bad at all. Thank you, Tim. That's 18? Yeah. Where'd you find that one? Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and take this saddle off of here and then change out that rotor. I got brand new ones at the back side of the truck here. So, and we'll have it all back together tonight. Okay, so here's the new one. I just slid it on. This actually has a drum on the inside for the emergency brake. And those brake shoes were okay. So we're not even going to worry about changing those out, because to be honest with you, I never use my emergency brake ever. Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and start reassembling. I have new shoes to go, or pads to go on there. These pads are junk. They're junk because of those rotors right there. And as you can see, these are just the flat-faced ones. These are the heavy-duty premium jobs. They got some kind of a polymer on it. And I gotta say, the polymer, I don't know if it comes off with the brake cleaner. No, it does not. But it seems to gum up the pads a little bit at the beginning, and you don't have as much stopping power as you'd like to have, or as I would like to have when I am applying the brakes. But I'm going to go ahead and clean the surface of that off and get any of the dirt and grease and oil and stuff that's on there off before I go ahead and put the new shoes on, which is what I did with the other ones, and it seemed to work. I actually, before I replaced these, I realized that there was something really wrong with these, because when I changed the tires, I could see that those shoes were just junk and them rotors were junk. So, but anyway, on to the next project. Okay, Mr. Tim, go ahead and get that tire on there. What Tim did was kind of silly and foolish, but we got him straightened out. He jumped the gun and took the brake line off the caliper. Therefore, we had to bleed it out.
Jack it up.
Okay, I got to jack it up. And I had to yell at him a little bit. You just want to hang your caliper. You don't want to, unless you're changing calipers, which we're not doing. No need to. These work just fine. Yeah, so what I did was I pumped the brake while he was messing with it. It's fine. You just got to turn it on the right direction. Well, obviously not. Obviously not, Mr. Tim. You giving me dirty looks? I'm gonna kick your ass, you little shit.
No.
Huh?
No.
Alright. There, I just kicked your ass. I just kicked your ass. I just kicked your ass. What do you think of that, huh? Did that hurt?
No.
Didn't even touch you, did I? But I had everybody on YouTube thinking I'm doing Sasquatch abuse. We love you, Tim. Hey, you know what we're gonna do? I got a couple of One Lonely Farmer stickers. We're gonna put them in that baler, inside the twine boxes, so whoever gets it next knows that it was a One Lonely Farmer production. Right, Tim? Alright, get that done. I want to take this thing for a test drive. He's tightening them up. We're gonna put the hubcaps on and then we're going for a test drive. So I am good to go. I actually have brakes again. Let me put my seatbelt on. I might have to bleed that a little better where he took that caliper off of there. I don't know. It just feels a little spongy right now. But, you know, when you put new brakes on, you're supposed to take them for a test drive and have them all, you know, good. But I'm thinking that, oh yeah, that's a lot better, but I think there's air in that caliper. Yep, there's definitely air in that one caliper. We're going to have to get that straightened out because it's going pretty, it's not too bad, it's just not great, you know. When you get air in a line like that, it could be a real bugger. So we're gonna hit 60, I think. Maybe 60. There's a truck in front of us, but we'll do 50. Not too bad, but I'm pretty sure that that caliper needs help. Yeah, definitely. But it's stopping 100% better than it did before. I'll just take it down the hay pile, turn it around real nice, and then go ahead and see that it's going to be working. Yeah, I got to bleed it. Definitely got to bleed it. It's going to take some pumping of the brakes in order to get this thing to stop, and I don't like that. It's stupid. So I'll bleed out the rear caliper that Timothy had so kindly took off of there, you know, unnecessarily. But I do have a lot better brakes than I did a little bit ago. Now, anyway, yeah, so I'm back it back up there, and I'll get my 10mm wrench on that thing, give her a little bit of a bleeding, and then from there, we're golden. We should be golden. Then we're going to go ahead and change tires on my dad's truck. I have balancer and all the other stuff that needs to go inside those tires so that I don't have to worry about using metal balancers or or the lead lead balancing weights. Just use the interior glass bead balancing weights inside. You put it right in the tire. I'll show you. So, yeah, I don't have my seatbelt on again. I bled the brakes. There was like a nano bubble in there. Just a nano bubble. But I have to say, that nano bubble was really screwing things up, because now I got brakes. This thing stops. And brakes have to wear in a little bit. So you just kind of, you know, the first couple of miles, they're going to be, you know, first few brakes they're going to be a little bit, you know, slippy, but oh yeah, this will stop you on a dime. Okay, so that's good. It's about 999% better than what it was with those shitty rotors on there. So if you go to buy rotors and they try to tell you those are premium rotors, tell them they're premium morons, because they suck. They will get you into an accident. Over time, honestly, I've only had this truck a couple, 3 years, and probably in the last year, I've noticed a huge decline in my braking power. That's why I haven't really been driving this truck as much as I normally would, because of the, I drove it all summer, obviously, but I'm back to the F-150 that I did the manifold studs. Was relying more heavily on that as my everyday driver, because this truck, A, doesn't get as good a gas mileage, and B, it wouldn't stop. I mean, I'd take it places and be like, holy shit, I'm diving for the ditch, because it wouldn't stop. But now I've got that problem fixed, and we're all good to go. So hopefully you enjoyed this. I believe it's going to be a 2-part series. If not, it's a 1-parter. And thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe for more. Again, thank you. Oh yeah, baby. It stops.